Guys and dolls, okay, that's me back out. Got my bloods taken, bump, 2 seconds, not a problem. Pure professional. After it, I think, Scottish accent, I don't think, you know, it doesn't really matter. It's just, it shouldn't really matter. No, it's just a really pleasant, really absolutely amazing person. And, you know, really done our job really well. When I got the blood and that was it. So, yeah, just heading back. She had a nice wee chat with me, made me feel comfortable. Talking about the baby coming, and obviously talking about that after I talk about that with everything. But what I want to say just about, if I want to take something from what I'm like in my life, that's what I'm doing. I'm like videoing my life a wee bit. If I want to take something, I want to pass something on to you, it would be this. You know, it's like, it's really difficult going to the doctors. It really is. Like, it's difficult lifting that phone up, you know. For some people, they need to be really dying in a minute. And like, I'm not using that as a figure of speech. It's truthfully really dying. And by then, obviously, it's too late, you know. And the doctors keep banging on and all the adverts. Catch it early. But it's difficult, isn't it? It's difficult when things are set up to be so challenging in life. And just not with the process of going through the process of seeing a doctor, and you know, and you got to remember when you go to a doctor, you're only allowed to talk about one thing. You know what I mean? I'm like, you know, and I went into the doctor. Whenever I get round to seeing a doctor, you know, I'm like, fucking less like that, you know what I mean? I should have been going to him like a year. And my doctor's like, why didn't you come to me straight away? And I was like, because I came and went, you know, It's like, it comes. I'm like, oh, I better see a doctor, better phone a doctor. And then by the time I get around to seeing the doctor, it starts easing off, and I'm like, wow. And then the next day it's gone. And like, the thought of phoning a doctor's gone, and then it's back again. And it's like, and it's not just about the process of getting to see a doctor, right? It's the process of the brain. Whoever your little brother or your little sister, you know. And you got to be strict. This is what I'm saying to you about the wee brother. This is something if you can take from us, guys. You got to be strict with your wee brother and sister. I know he doesn't want to go to the doctor, does he? Fucking nightmare. As soon as you in here goes, better phone the doctor. The wee brother's like, oh fuck that, man. We'll be on the phone all day, and then we'll be raging and throwing the phone at the wall and everything. Because that's what happens. That's exactly what happens with people like us, you know. So you got to say to your wee brother, no. Because if I don't do this, it's going to get worse and worse and worse and worse in so many ways. It's going to be, if you think like the snowball effect, this is like 10 snowball effects, because it's the pressure of not doing it, knowing that you failed, you know, knowing in here that you need to phone the doctor, but up here you failed, you know. And let me just say this as well, coming out of there doing that, I feel like 100 times, like the weight is lifted. I feel light. I feel. I'm not going to say I feel happy and all that. I do feel happy anyway, but I feel like I can take a big deep breath, you know. It's something that's been on me for so long that I needed to do, and I never thought I would get around to doing it, you know. And I knew the consequences of not getting around to doing it, because I would have constantly been worrying about, what's wrong with me? Is it the big C? How long have I got left? Am I going to be like my mum? Am I going to leave my child? You know, for somebody like us, for somebody with mental health, that's a really difficult one, you know. It's like, you know, it's the worry, it's the overthinking, it's the, you know, it's just, you know what I'm talking about. These people are my followers, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So go to the doctors, tell your wee brother, your wee sister in your head that this is important. You don't have time for this childishness, you know. You got to get off your ass, you got to lift that phone, and you got to wait till you get through. You speak to receptions, you get a pen and a bit of paper, and you put it beside your phone before you even make the phone call. That's really important, right? You sit down with your pen and your paper, you make sure the pen's working, you sit down, you put it next to your phone, and you lift that phone up and you wait. Doesn't matter how many people's in front of you, you wait, right? And then when you get through, and you tell them straight what's wrong with you. You need to see a doctor, you know. And they're going to ask you loads of questions and make you feel as if like you shouldn't be phoning, but just hang in there. That's just the way they are, you know. And then get that appointment, write that appointment down on that bit of paper, and you pin that to somewhere where you see every single day. So you make sure you don't miss that. And every time you look at that appointment, you say, well done, got the appointment. The next step is going to the bloody appointment, you know what I mean? I know, I get it. But one step at a time, you get stronger with every step, I promise you. And every step gets you to the top of a hill. once you're top of that hill, it's like I've just said to you, you're looking out, you know what I mean? You're looking out for miles, and it just feels amazing. It does, it feels good, and it's something that everybody else just does normally, and nobody understands how difficult this is for some people, you know? People think I'm not right, but it's true, I know it's true. I can't be the only person that feels like this, you know? But yeah, that is what it is. You all know what I'm saying. You've just got to keep it real. Keep this here real in here. Remember who you are. This isn't who you are, you know. If this is your wee brother, wee sister, close relative, it's needs your guidance, and they're wee fuckers like they are. Jeez, oh, like when I say they run a rat if they're not kept in check, you know. And it's just a metaphor, of course, but it's simple enough to understand, because I don't think anybody understands it properly. There's nobody can come on here and tell us what this is. Some scientists may think they've worked it out, but they haven't got a clue. There's only one person that knows what this is, and that's him up there, whoever you think that may be. Trust me in that. I haven't got a clue. There's more to this than any of us know. I know that for sure, 110%. There's feelings that we can have that we don't have, you know. Jeez, oh. People think they're getting really good feelings from cocaine and ecstasy. You know nothing, man. They know nothing. And I don't even know how you get to feel this feeling. I fucking haven't got a Scooby-Doo. I just know I've had it a couple of times, maybe twice, maybe three at a push. You know, the first time, I was like, am I dying? You know what them ones? The second time was, oh, I had that before. And the third time was, whoa. That is an amazing feeling, isn't it? To myself. So, and I'm not worried about it, you know what I mean? I'm not good, it doesn't bother me. And I'm not chasing it, trust me in that. Because I don't know what it is, but I don't think I should be feeling it right now. You know? I don't want to be feeling stuff other people aren't feeling. For sake. They'll end up putting me in the loony bin, man. And I've done well staying out of there, I tell you. Fucking really have, like. I'm surprised they never tried to section me when I was in prison. But talking about prison, so I was thinking about, because I don't know what to do in my life. Because I need to be sitting down so I can see the phone, so I can answer your questions, if you are asking questions. And so I don't know what to do. So I'm thinking about maybe getting some stuff out from the jail, you know, some paperwork. My Bible, if you want to see my family Bible, my 200-year-old Bible. That's something worth looking at, isn't it? I suppose. And yeah, just play it by ear, eh? See how we go. But yeah, going back to what I was saying on the way in, I really appreciate everybody, the people that have offered help and offered money and offered to buy my baby presents, you know. Judy Doodler on TikTok, amazing person, been really nice, really lovely comments, loads of encouragement and support, and she doesn't realise that's more than any present, better than any present, better than anything she could do for anybody around me, my partner or my baby, you know. Because when I see a nice message or a nice comment, I'm smiling. And then people around me are smiling, and you know, whoa, get that out. But yeah, like I'm not bothered. I really aren't bothered, you know what I mean? I've done enough videos in my area. You'd be pretty stupid if you couldn't work it out. But yeah, it is what it is, you know. But thanks everybody for offering me that. And I don't want to be I hate being like this because I sound so ungrateful, you know, and like, I don't know, it's just like, because I've had so many people say to me, oh, you should make some money, and oh, you know, if you do this, you can make money. And I'm like, and I don't want to sound like a bit of an idiot, because you got to understand, guys I jump about with, no, they're all money makers, you know what I mean? They're all like, all up to some sort of skullduggery of some sort, you know. And you know, all them work and all full-time jobs and everything, you know, but, you know, it is what it is. The working class, you know, and I've got to watch, you know what I mean? I don't want to come across as a complete and utter knob, you know what I mean? You know, and it's not, it sounds nuts, but I've got to, like, you know, it's not that, it's in their heads, you know. I always look at, because I can see how everybody looks at things differently. That's a really important thing to know. Everybody, the different categories of human beings on this planet, they all look at the world differently. So they do. I wonder, is that my mate? Just checking, see if I know him. And yeah. So I look at them. I always know how they're looking at things, you know. And whereas some people would be going, look, that's really nice that Freedom Dad's not taking advantage of people and trying to, you know, get things for nothing, you know. But there's also people who go, he's a fucking idiot. You know, if that was me, I'd be fucking doing this and that and have TikTok shops going and everything else. You know, and that's the truth, you know. That unfortunately there's people out there that just can't understand why I would do something like that and not take anything for it. But this is the thing. This is what I think sometimes is what makes us all stand out different from everybody, because we are all different. Everybody makes, you know, everybody thinks because I was a bank robber it was about money, you know. It wasn't. It was about surviving. It was about being able to live a normal life. Because I couldn't work, I couldn't get a normal job. People were trying to kill me. It was really bad. It was really paranoia stuff. And it was like being involved in stuff and doing things, and you know, I had to have so much security around me. I had to change my car all the time. You know, I could never stay in one place for any length of time. Somebody found out where I stayed. And even if it wasn't, somebody was after me at the time, it would be, you would be in tune that way. It was just constant, 100% constant security, checking under your car all the time, you know, walking away from the bushes, and if there's any bushes or like gates or driveways or gardens, you would fucking walk on the road at night time. You'd walk over here, you know what I mean, there's a pavement there, so you got a better chance if anybody's lurking, you know. And it was just things like that. You were always constantly aware of your surroundings. Your head was on the swivel, you know. If you were with your mates, they'd be the same, you know. Yeah, but that's what it was about. I was being able to live in a certain way because I was doing certain things, and I couldn't go out and get a job, and I couldn't sign on because back in the day you had to sign on. You had to go and sign on the same time, the same day, every week. Couldn't do that. You mad? That was crazy, man, even thinking about doing that. So no, you know, and I was lucky, like housing and all that, I would always get my houses for free, you know. It was like Belfast, there was loads of houses, a lot of guys were buying houses for a couple of grand, you know what I mean. Nobody was renting them, so they were just glad somebody was in using them, you know. And most of the time they weren't glad after a wee while, but when the door came off the hinges and stuff like that, and there's a big red marker put in the house, but yeah, got in a bit of trouble a couple of times, you know. Because a lot of these guys would be big power multis, have all these houses. You know, you get out of jail, there's a house. Cheers, you know, but it is what it is, you know. It's my 20s and all that, and like late 20s, early 30s. But yeah, never had a fixed base, never had a home, you know. No, never. You know, it wasn't until I got out after my 18. After I'd done my 18 and I got married and me and Sammy settled down, and that was my first home, my first kitchen, my first dinner table, you know, my first family sort of thing. It was mad. It was really good because I was just out of jail and it was exciting, you know what I mean? And I loved her so much, and everything was perfect. Everything was so perfect in life. And then her dad died, you know, and my wife already had problems through a domestic relationship, a really bad domestic abuse relationship. And that's your classic, I'm not going to go into it because it's not fair, and some people that I still really care about that fucking can't stand me for some reason, but that's what it is. There's nothing I can do about that. But I still care about them, you know. You know what I mean? They were my wife's kids, you know. And fucking nuts, man. Nuts. Never get my head around that one, but you know, a lot of different things. I've covered it in one of my videos. There's a lot of other things at play, you know. You know, Kids are very easy to manipulate. So they are. That's all I'm going to say about that one. So yeah, basically, Sammy's ex took her to court for the boy before I got out of prison, and never took her to court for the daughter, and all sorts of issues came from that. You know, it was a nightmare, an absolute nightmare. And you know, it's a bit personal, that, you know what I mean, but at the end of the day, it's true life, it's me, it's what happened. It was a fucking really hard time to go through, you know. We just got married, and then next thing she got a lawyer hanging to fucking get a wee boy taken off her, and she didn't have the strength to fight, you know what I mean. This is the thing, you know. And it wasn't good. And then you can understand about my background, you know what I mean, but it is what it is, you know. 17 years we were together, and it was the best 17 years of my life, you know. From after my mum died, you know what I mean, it was like, I can't explain how amazing it was. But yeah, so Sammy's dad died, and then obviously Sammy's mum died, and it was just, you know, in between the dad and the mum, Sammy's mum had MS, and it was 24 hours, like, it was every day for years, you know what I mean. There was no days off, you know. We ended up after about 2 years getting a bit of respite for a week, but that didn't last long there. Sometimes it would last 3 days, and she'd want to come home, you know, and she'd one of them red buttons, and sometimes she would press it 50 times a day, and like, when she pressed that red button, you had to press a button on the wall. It's called care line, and you've got to press the button and let them know that you're there, you know. And it was hard work, you know what I mean. It was really hard work. And then, you know, obviously Sammy's dad done all the looking after her, and obviously it killed him, you know. There's no two ways about it. You care for somebody, man, like that, it will kill you. Like, you really need help. Never do anything like that on your own. Please, honestly, I know you don't like asking for help, but it will kill you. You're no good looking after your loved ones if it's going to kill you, you know. They say that all the time. People that look after other people that are really terminally ill end up dying before the person that's actually terminally ill dies. And it's just the stress, you know, because I end up in hospital about 3 weeks after taking complete control of care. I had to go to St. John's and learn how to use the machines to put the feed in the water, and I'd never done nothing like this in my life. You know what I mean? One minute I'm a bank robber and Ulster man running about nuts, and the next minute I'm sitting looking after a completely disabled woman and a stepdaughter and my wife, and there was a lot of responsibilities. Alright guys. Hiya. So I was a lot of responsibilities, and I think it got to me, it stressed me out a wee bit, and I had an irregular heartbeat, had to get blue lighted at the hospital, but it was alright. It was just stress, just put in a situation I couldn't cope with. But no, they're all gone now, and it's a new chapter in my life, you know, a completely new chapter in my life. And you know, and it's difficult because I always try and remember my wife, and this life is so strange, honestly guys. It's like I can't tell you. I went from absolutely not wanting to be here any longer, not understanding what was going on with me, why this was going on with me, what was happening to me. It was that somebody cursed me, you know, all sorts of mad stuff going through my mind, totally not understanding, you know, why is this happening to me? And it is what it is, guys. It is what it is. I'm in a really good place now, right? I've found a really, really amazing person who's got my baby. An absolutely beautiful, fully grown baby, ready to come out in the next weeks. And it's a new chapter, isn't it? It's just a new chapter. And I've got to try and understand that things happen to people, and it's just the way life is. And sometimes the things that happen to people, there has to be good comes out of it one day. It can't keep going on like so. That maybe this is the wee good bit of good that I deserve. And there's a Robin just come to see me. There you go. I'm going to say no more about that because I know you all know what a Robin means. So I think it's just fitting. The end of the video there. Still get emotional. Right. God bless you all.